We'll see who else goes on this as we proceed. I'm showing it's the top of the hour, so we'll go ahead and get started. We welcome you all. My name is Larry Stevenson. I am with the Larry Stevenson Group. We're here to talk about how to earn thousands of dollars in scholarships from $4,000 to $360,000. Once again, as you come on, would you please click the phone icon on your free conference call, and that should start the VoIP call. I notice we still have a couple that haven't activated their VoIP call yet, but we'll still keep them on. Faith, glad to have you with us, and we'll keep moving forward. Faith, please click on the phone icon on your phone so that you can get the sound coming across. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this concept of our purpose today is to answer questions so that you find 100 to 200 scholarships. I've unmuted all of you so that as you're going through, feel free to ask questions. There will be times that I may transfer. If you're working on a computer with us, I'll transfer the screen to you, and we'll use what you're actually doing for everyone to learn and to see how to do this. Any questions so far about how we'll proceed? That will be done in about 45 minutes to an hour tops. Could you speak louder? I can barely hear you.
I'm heading up Provo Canyon, so I very well could drop off. If I do I just dial back in?
Yes, just come back on through freeconferencecall.com. Okay, once again, please click on, I'm going to back up because I've got a lot that I still don't see, that you have dialed in on the phone icon. So please click on the phone icon on your free conference call screen to activate the audio portion of this meeting. We'll proceed now, and I hope everyone can get in. First thing, we're going to remind some things. There are two basic kinds of scholarships you want to find: restricted and unrestricted. Restricted scholarships are those that they're going to tell you exactly how you have to use the money. The unrestricted, you can use the money for anything. You just have to prove that you are enrolled in the schools that they will accept. Now, on that phrase, enrolled in, please remember you do not have to be enrolled in the school when you apply for the money, but you do have to be when you receive the money. You want to get both restricted and unrestricted scholarships, because the restricted you will use to pay for things like tuition and books and housing. Unrestricted you'll use to pay for money, or pay for food and possibly housing and transportation and even dating. Any questions on these two types of scholarships? Any experiences so far? Okay, we'll continue on. The first step is going to be that you want to identify 3 to 4 themes that describe you. These are the typical themes. Now, a theme is something that has been a part of you your entire life, usually. So take a look at this list. Pick 3 to 4 of them. I am going to suggest that for everyone, service is going to be one of the themes. So service is probably a theme that most people will use. And then pick the 3 others, and I'm going to ask various of you to please share what it is. Rachel and Holly, we still don't have you with the sound. Miranda, I think you need to click the phone also. Good. We've got a lot of you coming on, and you've got your voiceover working. So could I ask, would someone be willing to share what their 3 to 4 themes are? Mackenzie, do you mind if I start with you? Service would be one of yours. What other themes would you say describe you?
I'd say leadership and creative talent.
Excellent. Excellent. Any other?
I was still looking. I haven't decided.
That's fine. How about you, Lori? You're going up Provo. Go ahead.
Well, I can think of, with, like she said, leadership and service.
It could also be academics, athletics, character, creative talent, entrepreneurship. I'm saying that for some of you. I know you don't have the screen in front of you. You're just by the phone. Let's go next to, I've still got a lot that aren't on the phone part. So if you don't mind, I've got to figure out how to do that part.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, who was that?
This is Faith Hall.
Faith, yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
So what would be your themes, Faith?
Probably academics, activists, athletics, and leadership.
Excellent. Okay, with those themes, that's important for everyone to get their themes down, so I hope the rest of you, Miranda and Rachel and all of you, I hope you're getting yours down. The next part is you're going to use those themes to find scholarships. Now, in finding scholarships, there are basically 3 types of sources, and you're going to want to use all 3. The first one is what we call scholarship lists. We're going to go over some of those today. The second source are search engines, scholarship search engines, and the last one are single source, and they're places that advertise only one scholarship. We're going to start with the first, which is scholarship lists. Now, these are the top scholarship lists that we found. And by the way, if you look on your wall for free conference call, you'll be able to download this handout that has all this on it. You can also download the PowerPoint presentation. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take a look at a list. Now, who can tell me what the difference between a list and a search engine is? A list is just that. All it does is it gives you a list of the things to look at. It doesn't remember you. It doesn't sort them for you. It's just a list. So, for example, we're going to go to this first one, which is Adventures in Education. And when you come to that, it looks like this, and it has scholarships. So we're going to go with service, because a lot of you can type in a theme. Now, you'll notice you can do an exact phrase, all words within the description, any words in the name, any words in the description. So we could say, okay, I want anything that has the word service in it. And you click search, and it just gave you how many potential scholarships?
A lot.
Now, obviously, not all of these are going to apply to you. So when you see this, you can come in and say, okay, scholarship for children of disabled, diseased, combat, or POW, MIA veterans. Is anyone in the conference call that looks like something that may apply to them? No?
No.
Okay, then we'll move to the next. This is New York State College for children of deceased or disabled veterans. Would anyone apply for that one?
No.
Okay, this one's the National Honor Society Scholarship. Says that they have to be a high school senior when the money is to apply for it, with a 3.0 grade point average, who is a member in good standing of their National Honor Society chapter. Is anyone on the call? Would that qualify for them?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to click on it, and we see how much money are they giving away, everyone?
$14,000.
Maximum award is $14,000. Here are the requirements. Here's the information, and here is someone that you can talk to about that. And look how many of these they give away each year.
Oh.
So would this be one you might want to bookmark for future reference?
Mhm.
With a list, understand that's what you have to do. You have to come up and say, okay, I am going to bookmark this one because this is one I would like to apply for. Any questions on how to use this part? Let's show another one. Someone tell me one of the themes they would like to look up.
Athletics.
Okay, so we'll go athletics, and I'm hoping I spell it right. And now we're going to say we want this. Is there a specific athletic you want, or just the word athletics?
Just the word athletics.
Okay, so we'll go athletics. And now we've come up with 65 scholarships just for athletics. Now watch what happens when we say this exact phrase, or let's say all the words, and we decide what are your top 3 sports?
Soccer, track, and would you count dance? I don't know.
Sure, dance counts. So now we're going to say all words within this. If it has any of these words, we're going to try that. Oh, excuse me, I said all the words. We want any of the words. Any words in the description. And now how many do we have? Is that nice?
Yeah.
And look, what's the requirement for this one?
Oh, cool.
So this is for all the people who didn't make the college football team or basketball team or soccer team. This is also, it's only for Clemson. So this is a restricted or an unrestricted scholarship.
Restricted.
It's restricted. So once again, if you want to go to Clemson, you'd bookmark it. Here's one. What's it say?
They have to participate in the college.
Exactly. And it's for which school?
Emmanuel.
So part of it is you're going to want to go through and look these up. Is this helping? Does anyone have any questions about how a list works? Do you want to look at another list? What questions do you have? Let me say this, by the way, real quick. When you're going through the list, like this one's only 325, the other one was 1,500. When you're going through these lists, I would suggest that you take and you put your list here, and over on the other side of the screen, you put something like Lord of the Rings or Avengers Battle for Ultron, and you watch a movie while you're going through the list. Does that help? Let's look. Yes.
Sorry, you just shut the window. But once you get to that point where it has a scholarship pulled up, how do you apply?
Oh, okay. I'll pull it back up and we'll look at it. That's a good question. And by the way, I don't want that word. We'll do creative dance. Oh, excuse me, any words. When you come here and you do this, now, this is an excellent one. Let me share this one, okay? You see this where it says they have to be of Italian heritage? Does it say how far back you have to be Italian? So my daughter came to me once, and she said, what are we? And she was filling out one of these, and I said, we're 3 parts English and 1 part Danish, and she filled it in. And then a couple of weeks later, my dad came to me, and he was showing me this family history he'd done, and there were Italian names in there, and there were German names in there. And I said, Dad, you've always told me we're Danish and English. He says, yeah, 2 generations back. She went in, got 34 more scholarships. So this is where if you see this and it says, okay, you have to be of Italian heritage, you have to be planning on attending an accredited 4-year institution. Oh, this one also wants leadership. And then you can apply. So don't let Italian heritage back you off until you've gone back like 10 or 12 generations. Now, going back to Kenzie's question. Right here, do you see where it says a person that you can contact? But you also see this website right here. When you click on that, that will take you directly to the application for that. So right here, you're going to come in, National Leadership Grant Competition, and we're going to back up to that. And we're going to say, okay, that's what I want to look at. Apply for a scholarship today, and that takes us here, and it gives us the general eligibility and the specifics. Does that answer your question, Kenzie?
Yeah.
And then right here is where you actually do the application. And in the other 3 webinars in this series, we're going to tell you what to put when you click on here so that you're the one that gets the scholarship. We're going to help you develop the right things that you just copy and paste into the application. Any other questions from anyone on that aspect? Anyone? Holly, are you doing okay on this?
I'm doing okay on this.
Excellent. Okay, then let's move on and we'll start talking about, I wanted to show you, let me see, how do I do this? I wanted to show you Career One Stop as another list. It's a really good one. And when you come to here, it's the same kind of thing. Now you look here, you have filters. So you can say, is there anyone here going for a graduate degree?
As in right now or like in the far future? In
the far future.
I am.
Okay, so we'll put graduate degree. Who was that speaking, by the way?
Faith.
Okay, Faith. And where do you want to go? Do you want to look at everything in the entire United States? Do you want to look internationally?
Well, I'm planning on either going to Utah, to a school in Utah, or maybe UPenn, Columbia, or Stanford.
Okay, so what we could do is we could do either separately or we can say all of USA for right now. Okay, and what is one of your themes?
Let's see. Activist.
Activist?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we found 4 just for activists. So here's the ACLU of Utah Youth Activist. It works towards a bachelor's degree. This one on the MALDEF DREAM Act works for both bachelor's and graduates. And this one for Baltimore will work on professional development, not just a degree. So which of those interest you?
The top one.
So we'd click, and we read this. Purpose is to, we'll be giving out 3 scholarships in the amount of $1,000 each to eligible college-bound Utah seniors. The scholarship will be awarded to those who have demonstrated a strong commitment to civil liberties through some form of activism. And that's where next week and the weeks after, we're going to tell you how to demonstrate that strong commitment to civil liberties. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
So once again, you click here. It takes you to an explanation about the scholarship. How it's a one-time. Tells you how to apply here, what the deadline is. Oh, it's today.
Oh, for real?
We'll have to get off quick and let you move on it. And here's for more information. And here's on the email to get more, to email them directly your application. Does that help?
Yeah.
Anyone else have questions on how to use Career One Stop? Let's try another theme.
This is Lori. I got cut off and I just joined you again.
Okay, so Lori, we're now talking about Career One Stop, which is a scholarship list and we're going to use the word creative, okay? How many of you creative applies to you?
I think it applies to me.
Okay, so here's one for creative writing. It's for a bachelor's degree, it's $1,000. It's a scholarship. Here's one for the Jack Kent Cook Graduate Arts, Milton Postgraduate Fellowship for those who wanted something for graduate school. And once again, you all now know how to go in and you just click it and it tells you, okay, this is who the information is for. This one's in the United Kingdom, but who's it for? It rewards students who write the best first chapter of a novel. And it's eligible. Do you have to be in the UK to get this? Any questions? Have we covered enough on scholarship lists?
I think so.
Okay. Yes.
So if I'm not planning to go to school this next year, do I still have to meet all the deadlines on here?
You look, and usually what they'll do is they'll do deadlines for next year also. Once this deadline passes, they'll show you the next one. But also understand that you can start getting money in 9th grade and use it when you go to college later. You can get money now and use it in 3 years. Does that answer your question?
Defer?
Yeah. How do you is that deferring the scholarship?
When you receive the scholarship and they tell you that you've won the scholarship, depending on the qualifications they have, you just say, I will be in school this year, and when you send them proof of being in school, that's when they send you the money for most of them.
Okay.
Also, let's say that you're going to graduate from high school this year, or let's say you're already in college and you're going to take 18 months or 2 years off to go do a service opportunity. You then write to the people that you're going to, and this is what we'll teach you in the next 3 weeks, and you will say to them, I am grateful for this scholarship. I am, however, going to be spending the next 18 months as a field development worker for an international non-government organization helping disadvantaged peoples with literacy, family relations, financial management, health, and other social issues. I would like to be able to receive the money when I get back. Is that okay if I defer till then?
Those are the words of your mission.
Yeah.
All right.
Does that help?
Yes.
Any other questions along that manner?
This is Lori. Because I cut out coming up, I missed the first section. Would I be able to find that on your download?
Yes. What I'll be doing, as I said, for those who weren't here at the beginning, is I'll be posting the recording of this webinar on my LinkedIn and my Facebook pages with a link to where you can listen to it. I'll put it on my YouTube channel. Give me a day to do that, and then it should be ready, and you can watch and listen to it again.
Okay, that sounds great.
Also on our on the pre-conference call wall, there are the downloads where you can download our handout and this PowerPoint presentation. Okay, moving from lists, we're going to go to scholarship search engines. Now, the thing with the scholarship search engine is they're going to make you create an account. And for that, they're going to want an email address. We recommend that you create a separate email address that you will use for your scholarships. So, for example, it may be Miranda's Scholarships at gmail.com. It may be Rachel's Scholarships at gmail.com. So create that. You'll create an account on their website. Then, after you've created the account, you will complete a profile where you'll answer questions. And these questions all are based on one thing. Somebody is giving money away for that answer. So there will be questions that will apply to you. There will be questions that don't apply to you. Don't get offended when you see one, because sometimes you'll see one and it will say, are you an unwed parent? Are you the child of an unwed parent? Are you the child of an alcoholic? Don't get offended. The only reason they're asking is because somebody wants to reward someone who survived that. Does that make sense? We're going to show you a profile in just a second. The last thing is once the profile is completed, the search engine will then give you a list of the probability that they're saying these scholarships should work well for you. Now, a couple of cautions. Most of these search engines that we recommend are free. You don't pay for them. They are paid for by sponsors. So when you see the phrase "no thanks" or "skip this and return to your scholarship search," make sure that you click "no thanks." And I'm going to warn you that yes, I would like to know more about online education will be in like a 150-point banner. And "no thanks" will be in very light blue 0.5 font at the bottom of the page. If you, by chance, don't click the "no thanks" and you click "yes, tell me more," you could wind up in the Navy with a Discover card and a subscription to Bride magazine, because they make these ads look like they're part of it. Additional tips: if you did something, click it. When you're filling out the profile, I had a girl come to me and she said, Larry, you said I'd get 115 scholarships. I only got 53. And I asked her, did you click hiking? And she said, no. I said, I know that you go to a summer camp every year. How many years have you gone to that summer camp? And she said, 6 years. I said, how many times did they make you take a hike? And she said, every year. I said, then you should click hiking. They're not wanting to know that you are the senior center for the state championship basketball team. They just want to know, did you play basketball? So if you were in a basketball league, a county league, a church league, whatever, if you did it, click it. If you got a merit badge or a Camp Crafter award for archery, click it. If you haven't done it but you would like to do it, then click it and go do it. The same applies for clubs. It'll have a list of clubs, and if you're still able to, and you see a club that's on your school's campus, click it and go join the club. Any questions about those 3 tips? Now, at this point, I've talked enough, so what I'd like to do, is there anyone who has already created a profile on any of these search engines?
I'm on FastWeb.
I'm on FastWeb too.
Who was the second one that spoke?
Faith?
Faith, would you mind if I gave you the ball and let you share your screen with us?
No. Sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah, okay. I got to make sure I remember my FastWeb account.
That's why I'm giving it to you, because I can't remember mine.
Okay, let me see. Let me try and log in real fast.
Okay.
Hey, Larry.
Yes.
I do have a question for you. I am not one that's going to school. They've asked me to do this because I work at the employment center. And
okay.
I'm over scholarship. My one question is, on the fast one, are there ever any sites that are, may not be legitimate?
Yes.
That could be a problem?
Yes, there are a lot of them. For example, Petersons.com used to be very good. We don't use them anymore. The ones that I've got on this list are the ones we recommend. And if you will stick to these, you're in pretty good shape, recognizing once again that tip that whenever you see no thanks, you're going to say no thanks. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that in just a minute. Steve, we're glad to have you joining us. Faith, are you ready? Did it work?
Yeah, I got it. How do I share my screen? I don't know how to do that.
I'm going to do that for you. So let me call you up here, and I'm going to switch the presenter to you. And you should get a question saying, are you willing to be the presenter? Do you see that?
Yeah.
Click yes.
Okay. Let's see.
And it always takes just a little bit of time when we do this transfer.
Right. Because it's having me download some sort of FCC.
I'm sorry, yes, go ahead and do that if you don't mind.
That's okay. So
in a second, we should all be seeing Faith's screen.
So do I need to 3, 3, 4, and 4?
And is it working okay, Faith?
Okay. Can you see it yet?
I can't see it. Can anyone see it?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, hold it. It came back to me as the presenter, so let me try transferring it to you again, Faith.
Okay.
Oh, it says you are becoming the presenter.
Okay. Does it show me yet?
This web page can be closed. I think that's you. Yes. Oh, okay. Everyone can see it says the Larry Stevenson Group, right?
Yeah.
Faith, click on the tab where you opened up FastWeb.
Right here?
Right here. Yes. Now, let's point out, currently, Faith qualifies, according to FastWeb, for how many scholarships?
68.
Worth how much money?
390,000.
Faith, are you going to get all 390,000?
Probably
not. Now, you see where it says new matches? That means that since you have logged in, nothing new has come up. Now, what we're going to do, and I'm going to show this to all of you, so as Faith is doing this, this applies to everyone. Go up to the top right corner where it says My Profile, and click on that.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to go to your account settings, so pull your screen down. And that's good. Now go to Student Profile. And we're going to see, now you see all the things that haven't been selected?
Uh-huh.
Do you have any of those?
I've got my college graduation year.
So we could go in and edit this. Now I want to point some things out to everyone, because Faith has done a good job on this. Do you notice her colleges of interest? When you're filling this out, put every school you'd like to go to. For example, how many of you, if you could get scholarships to pay the airfare to go to and from school and come home for Christmas, how many would like to go to BYU Hawaii or the University of Hawaii?
Yes.
If you do, then you add it to the list as you see her doing. Because if they're not on the list, are you going to get the restricted scholarships for those schools?
No.
Also, we're going to go to the majors. If you're unsure what major you want, put in every major that interests you. Now I'm going to watch. Type in education again. Okay, don't go political science. That's the second most worthless degree in the world because I have it. No, it's okay. Okay, now watch, stop here. Look at all the different parts of education that are here. You already have the first one. Are there any others that you would like to look at also from this list? For example, what grade do you want to teach?
Well, if I was to be a teacher, I'd either do high school or special ed.
Okay, so you're definitely going to click that one, right? And then type it again, type education, because there was another one, this education, that one also, right?
Right.
Does everyone understand what's happening here? Are there any questions about this part?
I would have questions, but I can't see it, so I don't know exactly what to ask.
The point is, what you want to do is everything that might apply, you want to put in here.
Okay.
You already have the University of Utah on there.
Oh, I did. Oh, what did I just do?
Go back and click My Profile. And Student Good. And Educational Activities. Okay, now, let's go to Career Objectives. And you had done a pretty good job. Just pull the bar down so we can see all the ones you checked. You see how you can put in every single possibility that interests you? Does anyone have questions about that? Okay, now we're going to go to educational experience. And this is where, for example, Steve, I know that you're wanting to look at graduate school. In the profile she did at the first part, you would indicate you want this for my first year of grad school or doctorate degree. Here is where you would put the experience you have. So, for example, what is a commuter student?
Someone who doesn't live on campus.
Okay, and who would click continuing education after an interruption?
Missionary?
Exactly. Now look at the next one. Faith, any of those schools you clicked, did any of your, you don't have any descendants, but are you the descendant of an alumni from any of those schools? And look at the word descendant. How far back does that mean they're willing to go?
Way far back.
Is everyone understanding how this one works? This is where those of us who come from big families get a big help. If we've got 2 or more members of our family attending the same college, we can click that, and that opens more scholarships. Is this helping? Are we wasting time?
No, it's helping.
Okay. Please, if you have questions about this or insights or you've done this and something happened, please bring it in, okay?
Yes.
This, by the way, when you're looking at this part, if you see something that's at your school, click it and go join it. They don't care how active you are unless you're going for a leadership one. They just want to know, does this apply to you? Okay, Faith, we're going to save all the changes.
Okay.
And how many new scholarships did you just find?
4.
Worth how much money?
Looks like 5, 9, 10, 11,000 plus, because this one says berries.
Was that pretty good for about 5 minutes worth of work?
Yeah.
Let's go back up to the top, and we're going to go back to your profile.
Okay.
And now we're going to go student profile again. Excuse me. This time we're going to go student activities.
Student activities.
And you've done a good job in putting in your student activities there. And are those all the sports you've ever done?
Basketball. Well, I did soccer when I was in 4th grade.
Good. Go click Edit Section, because we're going to edit this. Okay, now here's, oh, by the way, you see where it says student activities? This is where you go through that list, and if your school has some of these, you join them. Does that make sense? Now, on sports, have you ever gone to a summer camp, Faith?
Yeah.
On that summer camp, did you shoot arrows? Was there an archery course?
Yeah.
So what should you click?
Archery.
Okay. Pull it down. And by the way, should you click athletics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going down. Have you ever played in a league, baseball or basketball?
Basketball, yeah.
And here's the neat thing, everyone. Just think how it would be if you were able to say to your mom or dad, hey, I'd really love to do my chores today, but I've got to go horseback riding for scholarships. Is everyone seeing how this works?
They've got non-smoker in there.
Yep, there's non-smoker in there. There's all kinds of things in there, aren't there? It will take you about 20 to 30 minutes to complete a full profile all the way. And if you do this with friends, where you each have your own computer, that will allow you to feed off one another, and it'll go faster, and you'll start reminding one another of things. Okay, any questions about the profile? If it's okay, Faith, we're going to have you stop here.
Okay.
Go down and save it.
Okay.
And let's see if we got any more money. Yep, we picked up another match on just what you did there. Now, this list comes up, and we're going to talk about this list. If it says featured, that means someone paid to have it there. And I avoid a lot of the featured scholarships until I get to the end. You'll notice this is her new matches. You see where it says blue? Circle that with your cursor, please, Faith. See where it says new matches at the top of the column? These are the 5 new ones. And real quick, we're going to go through, and you're going to click on the first one, Dr. Oralee A. James. And this is where, when you're doing this for real, you're going to put a movie on one side. Go through and read through this. Does this look like something you would like to do, Faith?
Yeah.
Okay, you see where it says, are you interested? Click on that and put, I'm interested. And then go up above top scholarship where it says back to my scholarships and click on that. And everyone, you'll notice that when she does that, this scholarship has disappeared from her list. By the way, I'm going to say something. You see this rotating thing where it says scholarship matches, and there's an exclusive offer from Dell and all of those? Never click on those. Don't click on those. They're sucker ads.
Can you say that again?
When you see these rotating ads like she sees, don't click on them. They're just trying to get you to give them your information.
And
Yeah.
basic ads, correct?
Yes, and they're very good at making basic ads look like scholarships.
Yeah.
Now, do you see how that scholarship we marked has disappeared from the list?
Yeah.
We're going to click this featured one, the $1,000 February scholarship. And this is something I want all of you to be warned about. So look at this scholarship, okay? Can anyone tell me what it is they're trying to reward? What are they trying to reward that someone has done for this?
Being on their website.
Exactly. When you see a scholarship that says we're giving away or you'll be in a drawing, or you look at it and there really is nothing they're rewarding, avoid those. Those are the ones you want to avoid. So we're going to go to Are You Interested, right, Faith?
Mhm.
And what are we going to do?
Not interested.
Excellent. And now we're going to go back to our scholarships. And you'll see that once again, that one is now gone. Now, where has it gone, everyone? Look at her screen and tell me where that 1,000 one went. Not interested. Where did the one that you did like go to? Each search engine will have a different way of doing this, but once you get through them, you need to go through each of the lists and decide, yes, I'm interested in this, I have applied for this, I'm not interested, so you can get your list down. Now we're going to go, these are your new matches. Go to your matches, Faith.
Okay.
These are all the ones that they had already found for you. Do you see why I say you want to put a movie up? Because how big is your list?
Really big.
Okay, so I'm going to ask a couple of questions. What have you learned so far? Let's go with Miranda. Miranda, can you answer?
Yeah.
Okay, so Miranda, do you have any questions, or how has this been helpful so far?
I liked the first page of links that you showed. Those were some that I haven't seen.
Oh, so you had not seen those on the list.
Like Chegg and Fastway, but I hadn't seen AEI.
Yeah, Adventures in Education.
Yeah.
Okay, and Career One Stop. Those are two good ones. Excellent. Holly, do you have any questions, or what have you learned?
I can't think of any questions. I'm learning a lot. I've got kids in many stages that need to get on and do this for themselves, so I'm just hoping to learn as much as I can to pass on to them.
Good. By the way, you want to start in ninth grade or close to 10th grade, the summer between ninth grade and 10th grade, you want to have people start filling these out. Anytime from ninth grade on, it's good to fill out. What we're going to talk about next week will apply to everyone, and you can even do it with 5th and 6th graders.
Wow.
Bryce, do you have any questions?
I don't think I have more questions.
Okay. Could I show you one other thing? Does anyone have people under 13?
I do.
Okay. Faith, would you change this and go to FindAid? FINAID. Now, FindAid uses .com. FindAid uses FastWeb that we just looked at for their search engine. But FindAid has two really wonderful sections that we're going to look at in just a second, I hope. One is they maintain the best articles on scams. Lori, I think you were the one who asked about scams and which ones are not good. When you go to FindAid, they've got a really good source on those.
Okay.
And all of you, I would suggest, in fact, this is what I'm going to do. Faith, if it's okay, I'm going to take the presenter's key away from you.
Okay.
Would you give it to me, please?
Yeah, let's see. Where is it?
Okay, I just stopped you as the presenter, and hopefully it's going to come back to me. Does everyone see scholarship search engines on their screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm now going to pull over this. We're going to go to FindAid. Oh, I realized the problem. I told you .com, didn't I? It's .org. FindAid.org. This is FindAid. It's one I would have all of you do. The scholarship search engine portion is FastWeb. But these other things I'm going to show you. Right here, you see where it says scholarship scams? I would suggest all of you go through and read that because they update this on a regular basis, and it's a great way for you to see what are the current scams and how to avoid and protect yourself from them. And there are a lot of scams out there. For example, these are scholarships for profit, advance fee loans, scholarship prizes. These are ones, and they go into good detail, and they'll show you good information on them. Okay. The other thing that they have that I like is they have a list of scholarships, and they've moved it, and so now I've got to find it. Give me a second. I love this one, Scholarships for Average Students. You don't have to be the 4.0 to get everything. This one on unusual scholarships, when you go to it, it has weird ones, but it also has scholarships for people who are under 13. And they've gone through. They're now giving, we've identified over 300 scholarships for juniors, and you have to be a junior. If you're no longer a junior, you don't get it. We've identified 200 that are given to sophomores, and then they've got some of these. Now, for Steve, I'm going to back up, Steve, where we were here, and you see where it says prestigious scholarships and fellowships? For those people who are wanting to go for a doctoral program, those are usually called fellowships. And this list has some very good fellowship lists for those people who want to go to graduate school and get doctorate degrees. And you'll see I'm just quickly going through the list. Another one that isn't on the list on my website, so I'm going to have all of you look at it. It's at NSFP, stands for National Scholarship Fellowship Program.byu.edu. Okay, they've changed it, Steve. So I'm going to go to byu.edu. And these are not just offered through BYU. These are hold on. There it is. National Scholarships, Fellowships, and Programs, NSFP. These are at schools all over the country and all over the world, in fact.
Great.
The trouble is, I'm not seeing it working. The link is broken to it. I'll get back and I'll post something on my LinkedIn account about this. Because they had an excellent list for. Oh, I see what they've done. They've just put it here. National Scholarships Fellow. See, this link is broken, Steve. You might want to talk to the BYU Advisement Center on this. Would you mind doing that, Steve, since you work for the school?
Can you hear me, Larry?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I know the gentleman that manages that site.
Let him know it's broken, because that's a really great site. Other questions on finding scholarships? Is there anything we didn't cover that someone wanted covered? Any comments? What can we do to improve this presentation for you?
It was really good, Larry.
Excellent. Then what we're going to do is join us. On 4 Mondays at 5 p.m. Next Monday, we're going to talk about tell what you have done to merit the scholarship. We're going to begin the process of preparing statements that you will copy and paste into the application that makes it sing, and that's why people have gotten, we had one girl get $360,000 in scholarships. Now, she started in 9th grade. She had a 4.0 grade point average. We had one guy, he started, and in 9 months after he served an LDS mission, he had $90,000 when he came back from his mission because we told him how to prepare the right things. So the next 3 weeks are all about helping all of you get the right things prepared. So it's going to be even more interactive, where we'll share like we did with Faith, but we'll share with a bunch of you so that we can help you edit your statements, and that will help everyone else learn how. Does that sound like it was worthwhile?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
For more information, feel free to email me at this address, and I'll be happy to send you the free worksheet. You can go to our website, though our website is currently under reconstruction, and our YouTube channel is where I hope to put this recording.
Is February 22nd the right date? It's a Thursday.
February 22nd? Oh, excuse me. February 22nd? Let me back up. No, it's not. It should, I'm sorry, you're right, it's the 12th. I have a typo, it's the 12th.
Alright. Wait.
Good catch. Who was that caught that?
Miranda, but Wayne.
Okay. If that's nothing else, thank you very much. I hope to see you all next week. And if you have ideas or questions that you'd like to do, just put them on the Facebook or LinkedIn page, and I'll respond to them there. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.